Today, we're diving into a really powerful piece of writing. It's something that challenges one of our most basic instincts. You know, that desire to take credit for the things we do. It's a journey that starts by looking right at our own ego and ends, well, it ends with a totally new way of seeing the entire universe. So let's get into it.
Seriously, think about that for a second. That big project you just crushed at work, a piece of art you poured your soul into, or maybe a personal goal you finally hit. It feels amazing to say, yeah, I did that. But what if that feeling, that sense of pride, is actually built on a huge misunderstanding of our place in the world?
Right off the bat, this text doesn't ease you in. It goes straight for our tendency for self-praise. It doesn't start with a gentle suggestion. Nope, it kicks off with a pretty serious warning about the danger of patting ourselves on the back.
This line, which comes from the Quran, really sets a solemn tone, doesn't it? It's talking directly to that part of us that loves the spotlight, the part that loves getting praise, and it's suggesting that this exact desire is actually a source of future pain.
The text actually gives this part of us a name, the evil commanding soul. Now, this isn't some demon outside of you. It's that internal voice. You know the one? It's charmed by glory, it's addicted to praise, and it is, as the text says, just full of egotism. This is the thing the whole argument is trying to dismantle. So, to break down this ego, the text uses this just brilliant metaphor. Think about it. Does a tiny little fig seed get the credit for the huge tree and all the thousands of figs it produces? Or a dry old vine branch for hundreds of grapes? Of course not, right? They're just the vessel. And the argument here is that we are a lot like that seed.
And that idea leads to this really radical reframing of the self. I mean, if we're not the true source of our own accomplishments, then what are we? Well, the text suggests a completely different role for us.
You can really see the internal tug-of-war right here. Our ego, that evil commanding soul, it wants glory, it wants praise, it wants to be the center of everything. But our true duty, from this perspective, is the exact opposite: to offer thanks, to be humble. It's a massive shift from being self-centered to having a much higher awareness.
So here's the absolute crucial point. We are recipients, not creators. All the good stuff, talent, success, inspiration, it passes through us, but it doesn't start with us. The text says we're a place of passage, kind of like a pipe that water flows through, not a place of manifestation, which would be the spring itself. Just thinking about that distinction, it completely changes how you see your own successes.
Okay, so after humbling our individual ego, the text zooms out, way out. It starts to look at the entire universe and tackles another common human habit, our need to label things as ugly or bad.
And here's the diagnosis of the problem. We judge things based on how they look on the surface and, more importantly, how they affect us personally. This self-centered focus on what's right in front of our face, it makes us miss the deeper reality of what's actually going on.
To help us see beyond that limited view, the text introduces two kinds of beauty. First, there's essential beauty. That's the obvious stuff. A beautiful sunset, a flower, you get it. But then there's relative beauty, and this is different. This is a beauty that's judged by its results, and it's often hiding behind something that looks pretty ugly, or even destructive at first.
And the text doesn't shy away from the tough stuff, either. It brings up things that we instinctively see as awful. Violent storms, destructive earthquakes, widespread disease. I mean, from our personal, self-centered view, these are just bad. End of story. But then it pulls back the curtain. The text argues that inside these seemingly chaotic events, all these seeds of potential are being woken up. It says that beneath the surface, innumerable hidden immaterial flowers are actually unfolding.
And we get some really cool, concrete examples to help us wrap our heads around this. A hawk chasing a sparrow isn't just an act of cruelty. It's actually pushing that sparrow to develop its abilities to their fullest. Thorns aren't just there to poke you. They're the heroes that protect the plant. And that cold, bitter snow? It's really a protective blanket with warm aims, getting everything ready for the spring.
So once you start using this new lens, seeing purpose and this relative beauty everywhere, it leads the text to its final massive conclusion. If the whole universe is filled with such amazing art and hidden beauty, what does that tell us about whatever or whoever made it?
It's really fascinating how it builds this logical case. Okay, step one, a universe this beautiful must mean its maker loves beauty. Makes sense. Step two, that love would probably be focused on humanity, right? The most conscious part of creation.
Step 3, and within humanity, it would narrow even further to the most aware and perceptive person. And so, Step 4, it seems only logical that this maker would want to communicate with that person, making them a messenger for everyone else.
And it all comes together in this one powerful rhetorical question. Would the creator of all this incredible beauty really just ignore the one creature that can actually consciously appreciate it? The text's answer is a huge no. It argues that communication isn't just possible, it's inevitable. So after that whole journey, where does this leave us? Well, it offers a pretty profound shift in perspective. It's a completely different way to see ourselves and to see the world around us.
Ultimately, the path we've just walked through is all about transformation. It starts by taking our pride apart piece by piece, teaching us to see ourselves as recipients, not sources. And then, from that humble place, our eyes are open to see the hidden purpose in things we used to just write off as chaotic or ugly.
And that really just leaves us with one final question to think about. If we try to look at our own lives with this lens, looking beyond the surface, beyond our own self-interest, what purpose might be unfolding in our own challenges? What hidden beauty might be waiting to bloom right behind the difficulties we're all facing?